It's good to have you in the sidecar today, JB. What have you been up to, man? You just been, is it nonstop houses?
A lot of business. This is the time of year that people start talking about selling their houses in the spring. So I have a lot of meetings, a lot of people talking about what do they need to do to get their house ready and what's the market like. And
what time do you get up now? What's your get up time?
Usually get up around 7.
And so you don't ever hear Best of the Morning X where you're featured?
I don't. I do not hear that typically. Wow. Yeah, I know.
Do you ever wonder if you're going to, like when you go into your office or whatever, or if you go into a meeting, that if you're going to hear something that happened that you weren't prepared to defend yourself for?
I was at the beginning, but honestly, I have come to trust your editing skills because we've talked about this before, but a lot of the stuff we used to talk about, 25 years ago will not play today.
Isn't that interesting, too? Like,
yeah.
We would have been canceled.
Oh, yeah. I do send it to Jimmy. I have a little nugget, a little folder. I keep all those in for a rainy day. I'll send stuff that happens. I'll send. But I do sit there and listen to some of the things that come up and have to listen a few times and go, maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, some of it just because it's a different environment, so we can't talk about some of the things like socially that we used to be able to talk about. But also a lot of it is like dating stuff and, sex stuff. And that is something my wife does not want to hear about.
Well, that stuff's still airing, by the way. You might want to get up and listen sometimes because that stuff is airing.
The stuff about me and old girlfriends?
If you weren't married to them, it's kind of fair game. Well, yeah. No, you should probably go back to the podcast and listen to a few of those.
Maybe I will. Okay.
I do have a question, though. Your son, does your son ever say anything? I mean, his friends have to hear some of the stuff, right?
Funny you should mention this, Leslie, because I think he's warmed up to it a little bit because, like, all the teachers are old fans. But I'm going to just break this news. Jimmy has been asked to be the official PA announcer at the Weber High School baseball games this year.
Send a reporter, Matt. Oh, I need to get audio.
I said, Barnes, maybe I'll invite some of my local celebrity Atlanta radio and TV friends to come join me for a game or two. So, Barnes, you may be getting the call to join me in the booth. Now, at one point I thought...
Is there a delay?
No, but I thought, well, maybe I'll have Queen come up. That could be funny. And then I'm like, no, that would be
So you're going to be the official announcer?
I know. How big is that?
When does this start?
I think our first home game is February 21st.
Barnes, how does this make you feel that he immediately accepted that position? And we're on the air every day. And, he's
that is true.
How does that make you feel, Barnes?
Because he wants a bigger audience. So he's...
That's right. The Weber High School
He's going to the Weber High School. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Is your son into Taylor Swift?
He's not so much into Taylor Swift, and I will tell you. Let me ask you this, guys. What does the Middle East conflict, abortion, and MAGA have in common?
I don't know what.
All three of them are less controversial than saying anything negative about Taylor Swift.
You got a point.
I posted something this week, just like a Grammy review.
I saw your Grammy review.
And I like Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't really know her music very much. I maybe could identify a couple of songs. Fine, whatever. But I appreciate what she's done.
You didn't like Folklore?
I don't even know what it is, but I appreciate what she's done. I respect her. I think it's great what she has done. But, you say one thing critical of anything, and I mean, her fan, it's like more vitriolic, more hateful, more aggressive than anything, right? Like, fans, settle down.
Why is that? Why do they get so out of control?
Well, they're defending her,
I know, but why? What has she done?
Because they love her music, and she always credits them.
But what has she done to be such a big figure?
Barnes,
Jimmy,
she has 280 million
I get it.
Instagram followers.
That's what I'm asking you. What are they following?
Well, I mean, listen, there have been artists that have been as big as Taylor Swift. I mean, very few. I mean, the Beatles, Elvis.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not dissing Taylor Swift.
Are you saying what? I think they're just fans.
I'm asking you, what is it? Because my daughters are both victims.
They love her music and they love her.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I called my daughter immediately after, she did her thing announcing her album. And I gave just the littlest criticism. And Mallory says, "You're not allowed to say that to me." I said, "Yes, right. I am."
Right. The hatred. It's like when she, the whole thing with Celine Dion, which, by the way, because I commented on it right away, it looked like she snubbed Celine Dion, which, by the way, was all over the news the next day. And I mean, the hate mail.
You did?
DMs that I got. Wow. Oh my God. I mean, Leslie, it's a good question for Leslie. What is it about her?
Yeah, what is it?
It's this, she has an unbelievable fan base that have followed her for years. If you go to the Eras tour, Barnes, you were there.
No,
you will see people of all ages.
Don't pin me like that.
I thought you were there. I went to the Eras tour of all ages. They have followed her from when she was a little baby country star all the way to a pop superstar and now an indie star.
But when she hijacked the Grammys to make an ad, which anyone who's not a Taylor Swift fan thought that way.
I went down a deep, dark hole on that on TikTok, and a lot of people said, a lot of people announced their albums on the Grammys.
Do they? I don't recall any, but listen to this clip. There are home invasions that I have heard with less screaming than these people recording themselves watching Taylor on the Grammys. Listen to these girls. And I just don't understand what drives it.
Telling you a secret that I've been keeping from you for the last 2 years, which is that my brand new album, it's called The Tortured Poets Department. I'm going to go and post the cover right now backstage. Thank you. I love you.
Was that your daughter? Was that Mallory, your daughter?
Probably. But no, they didn't cure cancer. She just talked about an album coming out.
Right. And so what people are saying is, you don't understand. That's what her fans wanted. Those were all like hidden messages. Her fans, they want. That's
the
what
Easter eggs.
But you weren't at a Taylor Swift concert. It was the Grammys. So there are people like us watching who want to hear a little humility, right? Not just a plug. And I realize I'm not one of her.
I know. And this, I think some people take this as a negative. It's more a question.
Right.
It's just like.
It's a question.
What is it?
You're not allowed to question her.
I think she's sort of guided her career better than any other artist I know.
Well, duh. I mean, there's I'm just saying, what's that connection in her music? Is she just hitting the right?
It's the music. I mean, it's the lyrics. It's the music.
Right. The lyric. That's what I was saying. Is it the lyrics? Is it the topic? But because it's a new album, I mean, my other daughter had like a full thesis. She's like, thought it was going to be a re-record. It's not a re-record. It's a new album.
They thought it was going to be bad reputation. I think Mallory, we need to break it down. We need to have her on. Let's break it down.
If she can, if she can go into it, speak level-headed, like she may be too emotional, Barnes.
Very emotional. All right, this is a very emotional show. This is The Morning X. Jimmy is hanging out with us. It's Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy today. This is 99X.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.